Hey everybody, welcome to Explorations. My name is Rob. Today we are taking a look at the Autoflow Gravity Filter by MSR. This is a water filter bag for use in the backcountry to filter out bacteria, protozoa, and particulate from your drinking water. So I will start out by saying that this is a fantastic system. If you're thinking about getting this, get it. You'll love it. It won't disappoint you. It does everything it needs to do. We use it backcountry paddling all the time, and any backcountry really we use it for, and it's great. So if you're thinking about getting it, get it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. But if you want to hear a little bit more, here are some of the pros and cons and a little bit more about the system, stick around. We're going to talk about it. So this is the 10-liter Autoflow gravity filter, as I mentioned. They also have an optional bag that you can filter into, a clean water bag that you can filter into. We tend to just put it directly into our Nalgene bottles. I feel like having the extra bag is just an extra piece of equipment to carry around, an extra piece of equipment to clean. These work just fine as far as I'm concerned. But if you want the 10-liter bag to go with it and filter in, go for it. The bag itself is made from polyurethane film. It's got a 200 denier nylon bottom on it, so it's nice and strong. As you can see, we have it hanging from a tree here. I'm not worried about it banging against a tree, getting any holes put in it. Peace of mind is always nice when it comes to filtering water. It's got silicone tubing connecting the bag to the filter itself and connecting the bag to the water bottle connector. This connector they have on the end of the silicone is compatible with Nalgene bottles. So it will screw right onto your bottle top, which is very convenient. It also has a cap for when it's not in use, just to keep the end of the tubing clean, keep debris and particulate out of there, stuff you don't want in your water, especially after it's been filtered. So the filter is a 0.2 micron filter, which is plenty small for E. coli and Giardia. E. coli is 0.5 microns, and Giardia is 6 to 8 microns, I believe. So 0.2 micron filter will take all that stuff out of the water. The filter itself is good for about 1,500 liters, and I'm pretty sure we've put close to that through it, so it's probably time for a new filter for us. So let's talk about how this system works. Step one is go to the water with your bag, open up the top of the bag, put water in your bag. There is a coarse filter inside the bag itself to get out the really thick particulate, and this 0.2 micron filter will get rid of the rest of the particulate and all the nasty bacteria and protozoa that you don't want in your water. So once you got your water in your bag, you do the bag up, hang it from a convenient location like this cedar tree, and you're going to snap your tubing into the bottom. This is just a quick release, and yeah, you're going to attach it to whatever container you want to filter into, and you're going to open this quick release valve and your water will start flowing. Now you'll notice our water is not flowing. That's because this is the first time I've used it, and you actually have to prime this tube beforehand. So I'll quickly go over that. The easiest way to prime it is have some fresh water already, and you're going to basically back flush it. So pop it off the bag, upside down, prime the system like so. The water will flow down through the clean side of the filter into the dirty side of the filter, and the idea is to completely fill your hose with water, and then your hose will be primed, and that will get it filtering properly. Once the hose is full, you can snap it back on here, put your bottle back down low, and it will go. It basically works off of a siphon, and in order for the siphon to work, you have to have your lines full of water. So the whole system weighs about 0.3 kilograms, and it all packs into this handy dandy carrying case. So if you're concerned about weight and space and what you're packing, this is a nice, relatively compact, light system. So let's get into some of the pros and cons of this system. Starting with the pros, it is a very compact system. It all folds down into this nice small bag, really easy to pack away, fits well in backpacks or food barrels or wherever you want to put it. It's nice and light, and it's not super bulky. The next pro is it's made of strong material. The 200 denier nylon and the polyurethane film, they're quite thick, they're quite strong. We hang ours in trees. I've never had concerns of it puncturing on branches and that sort of thing. I mean, obviously you want to be mindful of where you hang it, but it's not something I've really been overly concerned about putting a hole in it, and I've never had any sort of damage occur to the bag itself or to any of the lines or the filter. So another big pro is that it doesn't leave a taste in the water. I've used other bag systems for filtering and for carrying water, and some of them like leave a plastic sort of flavor in the water after you use it, and that is definitely not ideal. And this one definitely doesn't do that. So that is a huge plus. I want my water to ideally taste like water, not like plastic. This is also a passive system, which for me is a big pro. Passive meaning that I can set it up, get it running, and then leave and do something else. I came out here to enjoy myself, not to sit around pumping water all day. So it's nice to be able to set this up, have the water flow, knowing it's being filtered, and then come back and get it a short time later. But that being said, make sure you don't forget about it and overfill your water bottles and have your water go all over the place, which is definitely something I do pretty regularly. And the final pro is that it is a very easy system to clean. While you are using it, while you're out on your trip, it's recommended that you flush the system with a liter of water for every 10 liters of water that you put through it. So basically, one bag of water through, keep the last 1 liter Nalgene, flush it through the system backwards. That'll help clear out the filters and the lines and keep everything nice and fresh for you. After use, it's also still very easy to clean. Just take it apart, dry it out. If it's for a short bit of storage, I usually just hang the bag upside down in the kitchen and the lines up in the kitchen until it's dry, and then I can pack it away. For a slightly longer period of storage, they suggest in the instructions that you put a cap full of bleach into your bag with the water, flush that clean bleach water through the bag and the filter, and then same thing, just hang it upside down and let it dry. So yeah, that is it for the pros. On to the cons. Now, I really had to reach for these cons because there's not a whole lot about the system I don't like, but I've got a couple here. The first one being is that it's kind of tricky to fill. Now that is not necessarily an issue with the product itself. It could be user error, but there is a little bit of a learning curve trying to fill it. I find when I'm pulling the bag through the water, trying to get the water into it, sometimes it folds in on itself, or like I don't get a full bag. I might drag it through and only get 2 liters and then have to do it a bunch more times to get it completely full. Again, it's not a deal breaker. That's most likely user error, so that's something you just figure out and you'll be fine. Same with it being tricky to prime, which is another con I have listed here. As I mentioned, you have to prime the system beforehand. It takes a little while to figure out the best method to do it. The method I showed you works for me, so that's generally how I go about doing it, but it takes a little while to make sure you don't have air in the line and to get that siphon running properly and making sure you're filling your bottles in a timely fashion rather than waiting around all day for a slow trickle. But again, that's something you figure out, and it's not a deal breaker. And the final con, and this one is an actual con, is that the instructions are not waterproof for some reason. I have other water filter systems, and they come with waterproof instructions, basically, because it's a water filter system. Obviously, these things are going to get wet and could be put away wet, and you want your instructions to be able to last. Now, this manual has held up pretty well considering we've had it for so long, but you can see that the paper is not waterproof. It's starting to come apart a bit. Again, it's not a deal breaker. I mean, you can easily find the instructions online, and there is a handy quick reference instruction which is waterproof, kind of sewn into the storage bag here. So again, not a deal breaker, but I will put that into the cons list. But yeah, that's it for the water filter bag system here. As I mentioned probably a couple times by now, it is a system that we really, really like. I use it all the time when I'm backcountry camping. Comes highly recommended. If you're thinking about getting it, get it. You will not be disappointed. If you are interested in it, we have product links in the comment section below. Check those out. And that is it. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please give us a like and subscribe. It helps us out a lot, and we will see you next time.